How's it going, everybody? Sue here. Welcome back to Play It Again. I'm so glad that you joined me today. Thank you so very much. I hope you're all having a fantastic day. Today we're going to get to a band we have never done before on the channel. We're going to do the Tourists and their 1980 song, So Good to Be Back Home Again. Now, I've never heard this song before, and in fact, I do know who the Tourists are, but to be honest, the only song that I know that they have done is the Dusty Springfield cover, I Only Want to Be With You. So this will be a real fun one to check out something else that they have done. Of course, the Tourists are made up of a number of people, but two very famous people in Dave Stewart and Annie Lennox, who later became the Eurythmics. So it is very cool to check out stuff that they had done a little bit before they actually were in the Eurythmics. And this song is going out to Chris, and Chris is a new member of the channel, and you may want to join as a member just like Chris did. And if you do, all you have to do is click on that join button. It'll give you all the information that you could possibly need. And if you like what I'm doing, you can show me by liking this video and subscribing to the channel. I would really very much appreciate that. All right, here we go. The Tourists from 1980, the official video of So Good to Be Back Home Again. This should be fun.
So good to be back with you again. Having fun with all my friends. When everybody says hello, you know there's nowhere else to go. It's so good. Yeah, it's so good. So good to be back home again.
Oh, nice.
Baby, I've been so far away. It's so lonely every night and day. There's only one thing I wanna do. I wanna get back home to you. It's so good. Yeah, it's so good. It's so good to be back home again. So good. Yeah, it's so good. So good to be back home again.
Okay, this is fantastic. It's in that classic kind of power pop sort of sound, which I really like, which is kind of a bit of a combination between some throwback stuff and a bit of a new wave kind of feel. The organ in it really makes it sound like a kind of a new wavy kind of sound, and the ooh ooh part really has a bit of a throwback feel to something like the Beach Boys. And I absolutely love this kind of music. It's upbeat, it's fun, it's got a bit of an edge, and it's just very, very cool. And Annie Lennox is sounding great as per usual, and I can hear that she's kind of singing, or at least part of the harmonies, with the one of the guys in the band, and I don't know anybody else in this band other than Annie and Dave. So any information that you can give me on the rest of the members, I would love to know. But I do notice that she's kind of singing with him for part of the song, which sounds pretty cool. They do have a good dynamic and kind of nice harmonies. Like I said, it's very, very cool. Really nice song. This song actually made the top 10 in both Ireland and in the UK. And I'm not too sure how the Tourists really did in other places in the world. I think they may have had some, minor success perhaps with I Only Want to Be With You in other places in the world, but I don't really know. So if anybody wants to kind of enlighten me a little bit about how they did in your particular neck of the woods, I would love to know that. This is a fantastic song. I love the drums in this song, the guitar, very cool. And both Annie and Dave, boy, did they ever look young back then. Wow, time has just flown by. Anyway, let's get right back into it. Let's rewind this a wee bit. Love that.
So good. Yeah, it's so good. So good to be back home again. Maybe I've been so far away. It's lonely every night and day. When my baby holds me tight, you know I wanna stay tonight. It's so good. Yeah, it's so good. So good to be back home again. So good to be back home again. So good to be back home again.
How fun was that? Absolutely loved that, Chris. Thank you so very much for telling me about that song. I just love songs like that. Just so, like I said, so upbeat, just so poppy. It's got a bit of an edge. I absolutely loved the organ in that song. It was so classic. Just absolutely fantastic. If you like the Tourists and you'd like me to do more of their stuff, please put it down in the comments and I'll do my very best to get to as many of them as I possibly can, because that was an absolute ball and I really do like stuff like that. And if you know other bands maybe that sound like that, please put that down in the comments as well, because maybe I can check out some other bands that I've never heard of before, because that could be kind of fun as well. So, we know Annie Lennox quite well. She's done a lot of solo stuff. She's got a fantastic voice. She was basically the face of the Eurythmics. And we don't talk about Dave Stewart as much, but Dave is quite an accomplished man in his own right, and he has been an amazing writer and producer for many different bands and artists, and he's done a lot of work with like Stevie Nicks and Ringo Starr and Mick Jagger, and he's done very, very well for himself. But here's a neat little tidbit about Dave and his family. So in 2023, his daughter, and I believe she pronounces her name Kaya, but I could be mistaken, you can correct me if I'm wrong, she actually applied to be on American Idol. And Dave actually accompanied her while she went for her audition for American Idol. And I thought that was actually very cool. And you will be happy to know that she actually did make it onto the stage. She did get her ticket to Hollywood. So I guess Dave did his part by helping her get there. Unfortunately, she actually quit after only a couple of weeks because apparently she got sick and then she had to drop out, which was too bad. And I never saw her. So if anybody actually saw her, maybe with him accompanying her or maybe just her performing, put it down in the comments and let me know what she was like. And maybe, maybe she'll be a big star one day too. I don't know. And if you like what I'm doing on the channel and you'd like to check out some of my other videos, just look up here at the end of this video and a couple of videos will pop up and maybe you may want to check them out. And maybe you've already seen them before and maybe you want to check them out again. Anyway, everybody, that was a ton of fun. I really enjoyed that, and I hope you did too. And I hope you all have a joyful day, and I will see you all again next time. Bye-bye.